Fan games. Fan games are video games made by fans based on one or more established video games. Many fan games attempt to clone or remake the original game's design, gameplay, and characters, but it's equally common for fans to develop a unique game using another only as a template. So essentially, a fan game is a game made by fans for the fans. And through the fan game scene, we've seen quite a few interesting fan games emerge, not just in the Sonic community, but also in other communities like the Nintendo community, or maybe the Capcom community. For instance, Mega Man 8-Bit Deathmatch. That is an amazing Mega Man fan game. Mega Man fan games they never cease to surprise me, to be honest. But I'm not here to talk about Mega Man fan games, as I'm here to talk about Sonic fan games and how booming the Sonic fan game scene has been as of late. Or well, not really how much it's been booming, but how the actions of one individual could change that boom to a blister. The Sonic fan gaming scene, for the most part, is really positive, not only in the amount of games that we get, but the reception from the fans. Hell, we even have a whole event catered to showcasing some of these new fan games. We've seen many cool projects emerge from the ashes of development, such as Sonic GT, Sonic Robo Blast 2, which has been something of nostalgia for me, Sonic Robo Blast 1, which is a recreation of the original Robo Blast, but that's self-explanatory. We've seen other projects which are more or less tech demos of sorts, like Project Hero, which is amazing, especially for something made from scratch, and Infinity Engine, Dash Engine, etc., etc. But the action of one individual could change the fan gaming scene forever. Now, if you guys didn't know, there was a fan game, or rather there is a fan game named Sonic 2020, which came out in 2020, and it's essentially a game that's made to tell a story about why the Chaos Emeralds aren't used in the mainline Sonic games anymore, which I'm believing it takes place in between Unleashed and Colors. I'm not really sure. I don't remember too much of the plot synopsis, but basically this is a fan game made in the Infinity Engine, and I won't lie, it looks really cool. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard really good things about the gameplay. I've heard mixed things about the gameplay as well, but that's aside the point. I'm not here to speak its praises. I'm not here to sort of like gas it up, be like, hey yo, check this game out. And I'm here to talk about the developer named Bolt, which is the guy leading the Ouroboros team in making this fan game. And the reason I'm here to talk about this today is because of the fact that the simple actions of this creator could ultimately change the fan gaming scene in the Sonic community forever. So if you guys didn't know, apparently the developer of Sonic Omens, or well, the lead developer, Bolt is his name on Twitter or whatever, apparently he's trying to turn a little bit of a profit off of this game. Now, some could say, oh, he had the Patreon before, but as far as I can tell, the Patreon used to be named Sonic 2020 until he ultimately changed it to the name of his development team. That's aside the point though. The main fact of the matter is that he has a Patreon, and sure, he has his own original projects up on the Patreon, but he is also keeping some of the assets of his fan game, concept art, and all that other jazz behind a paywall. And why is that bad, you may ask? Well, because in general, fan games are meant to be volunteer work, you feel me? They're supposed to be something that's made by the fans for the fans, free of charge, no money to be made, and sure, you can make the argument, oh, it's for his development team. But in general, most of his backers come with the knowledge that he is the developer of Sonic Omens, essentially. So basically, he's piggybacking off of his own success with this fan game. Now, Sonic Omens has recently gotten a new release and a rename to Sonic Omens, I guess because it's not 2020 anymore, or maybe because he is trying to dodge all of the drama and the heat that he got before. Who's to say? But all I know is that it has a new name and that we shouldn't take this lightly. Now, Sonic Omens looks interesting, to say the least. It definitely does look like a really good fan game, but we can't, despite how good it looks, we have to put that aside. We can't really let this creator get away with making money off of something that isn't his own, you know? Because essentially, he's jeopardizing all of the fan game creators out there who are trying to put their own ideas and visions to light. Now, I'm actually going to be reading off of a Twitter thread that perfectly explains why this is bad. Okay, so here's why I don't want shit like Sonic Omens to get away. Let's say someone else saw the Sonic Omens devs get away with monetizing their game and did the same. Someone else then saw both games do the same and then decided to make a part of their game Patreon exclusive. What do you think would happen next? Sega sees this shit and goes, "It seems like us being so generous with fan games was a mistake. We can't set a precedent of people using our IP for monetary gain." Then takes them all down. What's next? People see Sega take fan games down and just decide to give up on fan games. Why spend all that effort when that all can be taken down any second? Might seem like a dumb point of view, but that's exactly what happened with Mariya. When games started to get taken down, people started to get scared and gave up. It also prevented people from getting into making Mario fan games in the first place. There was a pattern to what kind of fan games Nintendo took down, but with centralized headlines from gaming news sites and the lack of a proper announcement from Nintendo to this day, barely anyone has any idea about that. That's why I'm speaking up on the issue a lot. If you want to get compensation for your work, then don't make a fan game. Make something original. I wish I could just live off by making Flashback, but unfortunately we live in a world where IP laws exist. And that's essentially the scoop. You see, by him doing this Patreon exclusive stuff with Sonic Omens, that jeopardizes everybody in the fan game making scene, including myself, because I'm currently developing a fan game behind the scenes, pitch video soon. But anywho, essentially he is jeopardizing us all, because if Sega sees us making money off of their own IP, you know, Sega seeing this could be, maybe we were too lax in the past, and because of the actions of one creator, we could possibly never make Sonic fan games again, which it sucks that that's a possible reality. But that's the world we live in, because we have certain laws and regulations that we have to uphold, especially when it comes to copyright laws, because one lapse in your own judgment could potentially change a bigger picture in the long run. And you know, the Sonic fan gaming scene is amazing right now. We are booming with so many kinds of fan projects. We have 3D projects, we have 2D, we have anywhere in between, we have kart racers, we have fully fleshed out stories, and this could all be thrown away because one creator, or rather Bolt, because Bolt wants to put part of this behind a Patreon paywall, and it's jeopardizing us all. We're all the scapegoats of this individual. And I'm not trying to tell you all to attack Bolt, because nobody's going to see this video. I'm not trying to tell you all to attack Ouroboros team, because that, far from that actually. But what I'm saying is that we can't let Sonic Omens get away with this, because one mistake could change it for all of us, essentially. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I didn't have any other video ideas, and I saw Sonic Omens right there, and I said, hey, I want to talk about this, so let's talk about it. Anyways, let's not let them get away with this, but further ado, I guess I'll just end it off here. If you guys want to show your support for the channel, be sure to go ahead and leave a like, as always, because it shows your support for the channel. Comment down below, what do you think of this whole Sonic Omens debacle, whether or not you will still support the game or not. I'm very mixed on this situation, because on one hand, it's a decent game, and on the other hand, the creators are kind of scummy. But yeah. Since you're still here, you might as well subscribe as well. It takes a few seconds, and of course, you can change your mind later on if you so please. Don't forget to press that notification bell if you don't want to miss any channel updates and videos. If you guys want to keep up with my bullshit and various miscellaneous, feel free to go ahead and follow my Twitter as well as my art Twitter. Links will be in the description down below. You can also follow my Instagram, though I don't really use that, admittedly speaking. And funny thing that I'd want to mention, I've actually gotten into voice work, which is something that's kind of weird to bring up. I mean, it's not really weird, but... So if you guys want to see me do my Sonic voice, you know, go ahead and pop over to my casting call. I'll do more voice work videos later on. But yeah, thanks for watching, and as always, stay absolutely valuable, drink lots of water, floss your teeth, you know, stay safe, wear your mask. It's been Shibo, and I'm outie. Peace.
3 and 4. Count what you have now, don't count what you don't have.